My name is Aiden Cooney. I am part of the starters of the Garb movement, which in turn is sort of based with the Zeitgeist movement that is happening, along with Alex Jones and his awesome attempt at waking the world up about what's going on. The last 6 months, I've drastically changed my views on life and, humanity as a whole. I love the country I live in, but not what it's founded on these days. The Constitution declares that the people have the power, which is not correct anymore. And all I'm trying to do with all the people that I know is talk as much as possible, spread the news via videos and blogs and my own personal experiences. I'm pretty scared, about what's going to happen, and the only way that I feel that we can do anything is as a mass of people educated about what we all deserve as humans and what we all need, because right now we base what we need on money and greed and profit, and are okay with stepping on people to get where we want, and we think that our houses and our cars are important. And as it stands, the government has a plan for every single one of us, and it's not a good one. And all your assets will be seized, and you will be moved to concentrated areas. This is all documented if you go to the FEMA website. There's over 800 places that are open, and there's no prisoners there now, but they're heavily guarded, and they are fully staffed, ready for an epidemic to break out. Which, if it happens, you need to know that it's going to be our government that makes it happen, whether it's pushing other countries to the point where they're going to do it, or just doing it ourselves and blaming it on other people, like 9/11 or the world wars or anything. There's a mass amount of information out there that backs everything up that we talk about, and I am completely different from how I used to be, strictly because I lost whatever it was that's important because of what they deem is important, how I was raised and the education system, and even your parents being brainwashed. There was a huge revolution in the 60s, and they couldn't get the people out of power that they wanted to get out of power. JFK was our last real president. Even though he was pre-selected like all of our other presidents were, he sort of transformed in the presidency to help the people, and he signed Executive Order 11110, which was to shut down the Federal Reserve and take the power from them of controlling the government. And he also started pulling troops out of Vietnam as he realized it was a feudal war that we put ourselves into for strictly profit, and obviously leading to his assassination, which there are videos out now about how many people actually shot at him from how many angles, and there's some pretty interesting stuff out there. So that being our last, good president, that's what he tried to do to help us, and there hasn't been one since that's looked at the root of all of our problems. The Federal Reserve needs to go. The Federal Reserve needs to go, and along with that, the IMF, all international banks. Some people want to make it a gold and silver based economy, which could potentially, work, but the resource-based economy that's been proposed by Zeitgeist seems to be the only humane and sane way that we as a humanity can fix the problems that we have, because money equals corruption. No matter what kind of system you have, if there's money, there's going to be people that destroy other people to get more of it. The main thing is awareness, because a lot of us that have researched things and are spending a lot of time trying to figure out how we can get through to people. Sometimes there's days where we just think that it's not going to be enough, and that the human race is just going to be complacent like we've been made to be and just tolerate everything. I mean, there's 35,000 rapes in the United States every year, mass amounts of murders. There's femicide going on in South America. We're slaughtering people in Iraq, and we're moving troops to Afghanistan. And there's no reason to do it, aside from what people think is patriotic and revenge for 9/11, which is all complete bullshit. And you can research it yourself as to the facts as to what exactly happened on 9/11 and the questions that have been unanswered. And we have a lot of things that the media tells us, and 80% of the population listens to the media and will go to the different media channels to get what they want, but they're all backed by the same people. They're all owned by the same companies, and whatever they don't want on the news, they don't get on the news. Hence why the internet is the only form of freedom of speech anymore, and the only way to really get a true education in the United States about things. The last 3 months I've been dedicating pretty much all my time since I quit World of Warcraft that I've been playing for 5 years in this dumb state of entertainment. And as soon as I started to wake up, I just realized that there's so much more important things, and it's not just me or my family or anything. I've really realized that someone across the world in a third world country has the same human rights as I do, and they need to be taken care of. And I care about them as much as I care about my neighbor in the United States. And this country is corrupt, and this country is leading the way for the new world order that is going to be controlled by the government. What Zeitgeist has proposed is a new world order that is led by humanity and not governed by any sort of government, but by people that want to help and volunteer, and scientists. And there's so many people that volunteer in the United States already every year just because they have that thing inside of them that they want to help people that need help, but they're not rewarded. There's no money rewards to helping these people because they don't want to help these people or anybody. They want to strictly keep the wealthy and the rich wealthy and rich, and they want to wipe out the middle class and the lower class. I mean, this is all documented in things that they want to do per the Council on Foreign Relations, the UN. Our government, the Bilderberg Group, is a very important group that we need to focus on, and they're the most powerful people in every country, and they meet all the time in secret meetings to plan out your future. And top officials from our government attend those meetings, and they have been linked to the Illuminati, or the name of the Illuminati, the elite, is constantly changing. They're not specific people, but it's the international banks that lead this all, the people that own our government and own our corporations and put our presidents in power. All of our presidents that are bloodline linked to each other, including Barack Obama. 6 months ago, I was so pro-Obama. I was, along with the media, how he was the savior of our country, and we were on the verge of this revolution, and how much I hated George Bush and just everything that he was doing. And then here comes Barack with talking about change, and I mean, all of his political moves were awesome. I mean, he definitely won the heart of the people, which is what they wanted, and he is going to do whatever they want to do. And he's already implemented it. Everything he said he was going to do, he has not done. And in fact, he's done the exact opposite and continued with Bush policies that are completely ridiculous. If you have the time, which you really need to make the time to watch some of the videos that are on this page, it explains how we got to where we got, and you can research it all on your own, which is what we suggest, is to take the time to really learn things and to educate yourself on the truth about the world and what is actually going on. Because what we're taught and what we're told and what we read in the news or on the media, on the TV, we just get the information from the people that tell us, what it is. Just like when you vote for a president, you're voting for what he says, but you're not actually voting for what's going to happen. The Iraq wars, the shutting down of the Federal Reserve, you're not voting for anything. You're just voting for a promise. And his promises are completely false, and it's really sad because it could have been a new day.